Welcome to the Constant Pivot Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Shepard. My co-host tonight is Jaden Utter.
What's going on?
Today's guest, we have Matt Frump from USA Mortgage. Matt, say hello.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Doing good. Thanks for coming in. We're excited to have you on today.
Well, thank you. I'm honored.
Yeah, where did you come from today?
Home, up near Blanchester.
Blanchester.
Yep.
So, 10 inches of snow and didn't keep you away.
Not at all. Actually, I'll tell you this, the crews did a heck of a job. I brought some back roads down, and I was really surprised that they were as clear as they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the highways out this way are pretty clear.
Yeah. I live right on 133 all the way to Bethel. It was clear.
Now, Mark and I's road's still covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live right down the road. Oh, it's still deep.
Yeah, your back roads.
When I drove over here, and there was I passed a truck on the way, and I had to stop the truck because I knew I couldn't get over any further. I'd be in the ditch, and I'd be stuck, and I wouldn't have made it on time. Yeah, good stuff. So, there's a lot of stuff. We haven't seen you since you had a recent surgery.
Yep. Been probably late November since I saw you guys.
Yeah. How's it going?
Well, really well. I had back surgery. Actually, to be honest with you, I was back to work within about a week and a half.
Okay.
I can actually walk without pain. I can stand without pain. So it's. I was scared to death. Obviously, like a little schoolgirl, I was freaking out. I was like, even though the day before, I'm like, should I back out of this? And to be honest with you, my wife kind of wouldn't force me, but she highly recommended I do this. Once I got through it, that first 2 or 3 days was, you want to get hit by a bus.
It's tough.
It's brutal. After about day 3, I got home and just the recovery process went so much smoother. And I'll shout out to Christ Hospital. Those people were phenomenal.
Oh, really? That's where you had it done?
Yep.
I'm honestly surprised you didn't try to milk it a little longer than you did.
Well, don't get me wrong. I still get my wife.
He's a Gen Xer, Jaden. We don't
Listen,
do that, buddy.
If it's cold, I still get the wife to take the garbage out because of my back.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, I would absolutely milk it. He was working my loans the day after.
Milk it to death.
Yeah.
It's paid for by the company.
Mine's not. I have to close loans. So.
Jaden, have you ever had lower back pain?
I've had like sciatic nerve pain.
Oh, okay. So you've experienced it. It's the worst.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the worst.
I get it usually once or twice a year, but other than that, it's for about a day and then I'm done.
Yeah. It's the worst.
Constant. When you have it bad, it's literally your whole leg, or for me, my whole leg tingled, and it was just like, I'm too young to go through this. Going on college visits with my daughter this past summer, spring and summer, it was just like, okay, I feel like I'm 80.
Yeah.
And I couldn't walk very far, so I was like, okay. And I'd already planned to do it anyway back in the spring, but that summer really sold me on, I don't have a choice. I have to do this.
Yeah, you're over it.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So.
You guys are getting no sympathy from the women for childbirth. Sorry.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. My wife says I'm soft too. It's okay.
I've had lower back pain. Mine actually started when I was about Jaden's age.
Yeah, mine.
So,
I mean, it's
been
not
weak a long time.
consistent, but yeah, mine's a couple times a year. I get a pinched nerve, slip disc, something like that. Yeah,
It's brutal.
we're sorry. We're pathetic.
I just yeah.
It's just, we're sitting here complaining about back pain.
Yeah, right.
So, over the holidays, you got a son in the military, right?
Yep. He's in the Navy. Hopefully he's finished. Well, he's supposed to hopefully get out early in May. It'll be the end of his 6 years.
Okay, very cool.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
Coming back to Ohio?
That's the plan. He better be back in May because he's getting married in August. So.
Okay, so already has her with him?
Nope, she's here locally going to school, so she'll graduate in May.
Okay.
He's supposed to there's a program where you can get out 3 months, or you'd probably know. There's a program you can get out 3 months early to start looking for jobs.
Oh, he's on terminal leave.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's a special plan or name he calls it, and I can't think specifically what it is.
Yeah, he probably has unused leave that he has to burn. So they essentially say, okay, you're going to, they'll net that off of his end of his service, and he's out early. Yeah, so that does allow you for some house hunting. That's best case scenario for him.
Yeah.
Has he lined up a job and everything on the outside yet?
That's the problem. He's still not 100% sure what he's going to do. He's talked about getting into the trades, which is probably what the direction he'll end up going.
We try to talk Jaden into that all the time.
Did you?
I mean, to this moment, we do. Like,
Why am I getting
something
attacked?
about you?
He has no comment.
Yeah, like
I'm not saying anything.
I'm getting bombarded here.
Jaden's easy. He just catches strays.
Yep.
No,
That's okay.
literally,
man.
I got to drive by once every 10 minutes. Like,
Usually,
just mow
usually
me
he's up
down.
there making faces on the board and everything.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can't
yeah.
say anything to him.
You're not in a situation you're looking for employment, are you?
No,
I'm just kidding.
I love where I'm at.
He is. He's great. He is good. Yeah.
Somebody has to know how to do all the IT stuff, right?
Oh, we would be lost. All of this. With this whole studio. Jade
Honestly, he's giving me a lot of tips and pointers too, and I'm like, okay, I don't even know what you're talking about. He's like, I'll sit down and show you. I was like, that's probably best.
Oh, 2 days ago, I sat down with him and he showed me the editing software that he edits these podcasts on.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, it might have been Greek. I really had no clue. That was the waste. That hour you spent
Yep.
couldn't have been wasted.
Well, and I'll tell it's my
Couldn't have been
generation.
wasted
We,
more.
we grew up with it. So, I mean, it was a part of everything we do from grade school. I had an iPad when I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
So I've had technology my entire life.
It was a mind-blowing experience even hearing you talk about it because you were so well-versed in it. I knew immediately, oh, I'm out of my depth here. I have no idea what he's talking about.
That was a class in high school was film study. So
Yeah.
yeah, we created our own independent films, stuff like that. It was an elective we had to take.
I had typing with a paper. It had paper. It was on
Typewriter? Yeah.
It was on typewriter. I had to make sure my little fingers were on the home row keys, and I still can't do that.
Gotcha.
Okay. You should have learned that by now, Mark. Come on.
I still can't do that, but that's how different it is. And he's setting up podcasts.
You know, it's funny.
We're not in the same world.
I'm the same way. So I tell my kids, I'm like, I learned to type, and I can actually obviously do it every day, so I'm pretty good. But we learned on an old typewriter. That's you had a class, you sat in all day long for a whole year, and that's you sat there and you had to type lines on a piece of paper.
Typing class. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've played with one. I've never used one.
Yeah.
But
You don't see them very often.
No.
So,
Yeah, it is too funny just seeing the things he says about editing in the pod, and I am barely hanging on to what he's talking about. I have to go as soon as he leaves. I Google it.
hey, no
I try not
shame
to
in
let him see
that.
it. I try not to let him see it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, though, the new generation coming in, and what I know is going to be obsolete in 10 years anyways.
Probably.
Maybe not even that long. I mean, the way technology's changing.
With AI.
I mean, I know 3-year-olds that are more versed in technology than some 50-year-olds. And that's not a hit against you guys. It's just
different world.
Yeah.
100%.
We were talking about your son in the Navy. I've been, listening to podcasts, and weirdly enough, I was thinking about my time in the Navy, and I was thinking, it was really pre-internet. There was no internet then.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, wow, there were things that I had wish I had done, and had there been an internet, I could have looked them up and been like, oh, what's that about? Now you just had to know somebody back then, like, oh, how was this pipeline? And you had no idea what you were getting into, or if you wanted to get into
sometimes that accessibility though is a little too powerful. I mean,
To be honest with you, keep in mind, my oldest, he graduated in 2020. So the last half of the school year, there was no school, right?
My youngest was the same way.
Okay.
He's in the
COVID
Navy,
baby,
he's the same
yeah.
way.
Yeah. So he ended up in the Navy, honestly, because he was sitting at home all the time and YouTube. Started watching videos. He wanted to join SWIC.
Yeah.
That was kind of his goal, but the way he's ended up being a rescue swimmer, but based upon the swimming styles or something, I don't know. You'd know better than me probably, but
He's a good side stroke guy.
yeah, I guess.
Oh, he could for sure side stroke.
Mark,
Go ahead.
Mark and I talk about
stroke.
that. Mark and I talk about that all the time, though. Like YouTube, you have no excuses not to learn something.
100%.
The accessibility of information out there, there's not a skill out there. Maybe some high-end computer programming, stuff like that. But your son's been rebuilding a Toyota Tacoma.
Oh, I got a buddy, my buddy Bo from the Navy, funny enough. He's a provider. He taught himself to code.
Yeah.
He lived with me when he did it. He took an online class through MIT, coding, and then he took another through Harvard. And I was like, dude, like there are different brains out there. I was out there shoveling the snow. He's in there coding. Doesn't pay to be a moron.
Yeah.
Right?
You mentioned there's no reason you shouldn't be able to attempt to do anything. My 70-year-old dad looks up stuff on YouTube. I'll call him and he'll be like, "Look on YouTube," and I'm like, "Yeah, why didn't I think of that,
Right?
idiot? Yeah, come on."
Yeah.
So,
On the lending side, now that everyone has a computer and a mortgage calculator on their on their desktop, I'll bet you run into that a lot in the lending world.
It's dangerous because specifically a lot of people go out and start looking at rates online. It's the worst thing they can do.
Rate's most important, right?
Rocket.
Yeah, okay.
No? Rocket Mortgage.
Okay.
They click that Rocket Mortgage link.
Yeah, that's never mind. But anyway, the problem is...
Hold on, just so the folks know, if you come with a Rocket Mortgage pre-approval, we're going to scrutinize it heavily.
Yes.
Just FYI.
Yeah.
It's not just you guys. Honestly, it's everybody.
Yeah.
And there's a reason. Obviously, when you're looking for a mortgage, my personal opinion, you want somebody local who knows your market, right?
Agreed.
If you know that market, one, I know how tax prorations work. I just know the details of this specific area. Where some guy sitting in Detroit, Michigan at a call center who's been doing it for 3 months has no clue what they're talking about. I mean, I don't know how many
Local
times.
grants they're not familiar with.
100%, yeah.
All the available products that are here.
Oh, yeah. Well, and in all honesty, it's not just them. There's a lot of online lenders that you're getting a lot of people who don't have a lot of experience, right? And they're giving terrible advice. And honestly, some local people probably do too. But, you know, at the end of the day, when you're talking to somebody who, if you haven't done a little bit of research and checked them out and seeing, hey, is this legitimately a qualified individual to coach me in the biggest purchase of my lifetime? You know, if you're not checking somebody out and it's somebody who's sitting in a call center, chances are you're flipping a dime to figure out, you know, if they're good or bad.
I would love to see their conversion rates. Like they'll never release those metrics, but I would love to see their conversion rates compared
100%.
to like you guys or any other small town or small conglomerate versus the big box stores.
Well, and truthfully, if they're not local, they don't care. They don't have a they don't have a reputation. Yeah, they don't have a reputation. I have a reputation that I have to uphold, right?
It behooves you to take really good care.
100%. Yeah. And if I'm giving somebody bad advice or telling them the incorrect way to go about, you know, hey, these are the steps you need to take to get to purchase a home, that gets around, right? People don't want to accept my pre-approvals if I'm terrible at my job.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you can't do it for a long time if you're bad at this, to be quite honest. You know, most of those people are out of the industry pretty
That's
quick.
why we wanted to have you in. We've heard great things.
Yeah.
You know, we've done enough deals where, you know, we have that line of communication to where if you say something, we go, oh, we know what that means just from working with you. And you establish those relationships with lenders. And it's super important just to be able to reach out for your customer, your client, and go, hey, what do they need? Because then it tells your agent how to structure your deal to maximize it for you.
100%. Well, and the other thing is, too, not everybody can buy right this second, right? So you need somebody to put somebody on a plan, right? Yeah. Okay, what can we do to help this person in a month or 3 months or 6 months or a year? You know, I've had people I've worked with for 3 years. That's not the norm, obviously.
And they'll come back.
100%. You know, now not everybody takes my advice because let's be honest, that's the biggest problem. In all honesty, most people aren't taught what you should do.
My mom knows a lender.
Yeah, well, and hey, maybe they're good. I don't know. If that's the case, cool. Hopefully, they'll give you some good advice.
Yeah.
But
the guy I work with said he knows a lender.
Well, and I'll piggyback off of that. Like I think the biggest thing with going with something structured like you guys are is I've called you multiple times at 10, 11 o'clock at night, trying to keep deals together, trying to get houses under contract for our clients. You call a small local bank that's 9 to 5. You're not getting an answer till it's a weekend. You're not getting an answer till Monday. If it's a big conglomerate, you're getting in between business hours.
100%. Yeah. Well, and to be honest with you, especially in today's world, right? Everything's so competitive.
Yeah.
You're competing against other buyers, right? You need to get an answer now. You can't wait till Monday. Everybody I talk to, as far as from a client perspective, I always tell them, look, if it's a Friday night at 7 o'clock and you have a question and you're worried about something, don't wait till Monday. Call me today.
Get that peace of mind now.
Yeah, right. Shoot me a text, shoot me a call. Now, am I always sitting in front of a computer? Obviously not. But, 9 times out of 10, I can answer a quick question. If it's numbers related, I'm going to be like, hey, I'm out to dinner with my family. I'll connect with you in the morning. To me, I worry. On a personal level, I worry about everything. And I don't want to see somebody else go through that because buying a home is an emotional experience.
Absolutely.
I don't care what anybody says. Right?
It's one of the biggest financial decisions most people ever make.
100%.
So like rates right now, what are you seeing when you're running these pre-approvals? I mean, somebody who's ideal credit, 700, let's just hit that number. I mean, what's the best rate you're seeing right now?
So depending on the situation, most everything I'm seeing is going to be high 5s to low 6s. There's obviously amount of down payment, loan product, exact credit score, debt to income ratio. Do you have reserves? As far as money left in the bank, things like that. But generally, you're going to be in those high 5s, low 6s right now.
That's pretty good. I mean, year over year, where were they a year ago?
Yeah, 7s probably.
Right. So it's
I was 7 3/4 before I refinanced.
Yeah, I've still got. I got people.
What?
7 3/4 before I refinanced.
3/4, right?
There was a short period of time, and I can't really place a date on it as far as a time frame. It wasn't in the last year, but there was a period of time where there were people in the low 8s.
Yeah.
Just, maybe you had a little bit lower credit score, so a lot of those people obviously are looking to refinance right now, things along those lines. But it's been a wild ride. I'll tell you, the last 4 years, I've not seen us. I've been doing this a long time. I've not seen us in an elevated rate environment for a 4-year period ever in all the years I've done.
Like we just
this.
had, it's insane.
Yeah, it's nuts. It really all started kind of in January 22. They just started ticking up, and they just didn't stop. I mean, it was kind of a controlled uptick, I guess, for lack of a better term. It didn't just go to 8 overnight or anything from 2s and 3s, which I got spoiled. A lot of clients got spoiled with rates in the 2s and 3s, and when that happens, sometimes mentally you have a hard time accepting that, hey, rates are 5, 6, 7,
Yeah.
And I get it. I do too, and I deal with it every day.
Right.
So
because it's real, one of the reasons I love working with you is you take the time to show the buyers and the payment. Oftentimes we'll have buyers call. It blows my mind to this day, and I've done this like you a long time, and they'll say, oh yeah, we want to be at 250. And I'll quickly go, okay, so, how did you get to that? And they go, oh, we played around with it online, or have you seen a payment for what 250 looks like? And they have not.
There's a big difference between 7 and 3/4 and 6 low 6s. There's a big difference.
Right, you're going to finance the home, so the monthly payment is what you're going to pay every month.
Right.
You're not going to pay the total cash price of the home or the sale price of the home. So probably, I always advise my clients, make sure you are comfortable with the payment. And you do a great job of showing them the payment. I love that.
Mark sold me my house before I was in the real estate industry.
Did not know that. All right.
And
So he had a bumpy ride.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Hey, sometimes they go that way, right?
But I think the biggest thing was you don't know how big that first payment is until it comes out of your bank account.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn.
It just got real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you're going to kind of get into something I like to talk to people about, because one of the things that people's like, hey, I want to buy a house at 250, let's say. Just because you're approved at 250 doesn't mean that's what you should buy, right? Because at the end
doesn't
of
mean
it,
you're comfortable with that payment.
that's it right there.
Yeah.
You got to be comfortable with that. And I use this line with pretty much everybody, because I truly, truly believe this. At the end of the day, if they have questions or they have concerns of, hey, that's going to be tough for me.
Yeah.
You should stop and pause and talk to your agent. Talk to me a little more. Talk to your spouse or whoever. At the end of the day, you're the one making that payment, not me, not you guys, right?
Yeah.
If you aren't comfortable making that $1,500 or $2,000 payment or whatever it might be, you shouldn't do it. I mean, because the last thing you want is to get into a home and you're like, uh-oh,
Then you're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
Jaden will call occasionally. He'll call and ask for advice. Hey, what do you think? And usually it's the context and the compensating factors around it that would determine whether someone could stretch a little bit and you'd be comfortable, and you and I can rest with our head on the pillow at night or not.
I mean, Mark and I talk about this all the time. We talk more people out of not buying that house than we do selling the house, trying to put them in a better financial situation for 5-10 years down the road.
Yeah. I think that's a product partially from being in this a long time. Like I've done this. I was slinging new houses in 2008. And that was something, So there, I joke about this all the time. You'll laugh. Being a lender, you'll laugh. So back then in big builder world, there were lending products that there aren't now. They're just not in existence. There were interest only option ARMs back then. So buyers would buy a house, based on only paying on the interest. They never paid on the principal on their mortgage. So that was a big difference. I mean,
anybody would ever take that.
And it was so popular back then. Common.
100%.
I mean,
for anybody out there that doesn't, an ARM is an adjustable rate mortgage. So
yeah.
But it was interest only, so you're only paying. Yeah.
And back then, the ARM piece of it is not what hurt people at all, because rates came down after 2008. rates came down because we started printing a bunch of U.S. dollars, and they bought the mortgages down. So that's not what hurt people. But when they converted from interest only to principal and interest, and their payments doubled,
Yep.
boy, that's what hit people tough, right?
100%.
And those loan products went away. Qualifying was different.
Oh yeah, 100%. It was easy then.
Yeah, you had Nina loans, Ninja loans. You had all kinds of stuff that they're not around anymore, Jaden. You don't have to deal with them.
You said 2008. I was 6.
Were you 6 years old then?
Yeah.
Cricket.
God, you're old.
Yeah.
Right.
You're a pup. Hey, that's okay.
We need to put a baby crying.
Oh, okay. Somebody, I can edit that in.
So I came into the selling new homes or new builds and stuff on the sales and marketing and business side of it, and it was like late 06, and I was at a big top 5 national builder. We didn't even have computers yet. We were still writing paper contracts with wet signatures. So it was like 60 some odd pages of contract,
Yep.
and you're sitting there sliding papers across to the table.
It takes 2 hours to fill it out.
So funny story. The first one I ever did, I was training with a guy and he was off that day. So I was by myself, and there's a family and it goes well and they're going to buy a home. And I'm like, this is awesome. So I call him and I'm like, hey dude, I've been talking to this family all day. They're ready to buy. And he goes, that's awesome, man. He hangs up the phone on me. He was just that kind of dude. He was figure it
You're
out.
on your own.
He was figured out. So I'm sitting at his desk and I reach in, I pull out one of his old contracts and I open it up and I literally just go page by page with these people.
yeah.
And it's a 4-hour contract appointment. It was crazy. And then the best part is 2 days later they canceled.
Naturally.
I spent 4 hours with them, my first one. I'm like, whoa, look at that, I did that. Yeah, they canceled.
Unfortunately, it goes that way.
That's the way it works.
I joke, I started in the late 90s, and back then, legitimately, I'd ask for a pay stub, a W-2, and a bank statement. That's all I needed. The documentation we provide now is drastically increased, right? And part of that is because of 08, the housing
9/11.
crisis. Yeah.
If we could find a happy medium on half the stuff in this country, because 08 was way too relaxed, and now it's so stringent.
Yeah.
Sure.
You miss one step and you're pushing the closing date 7 days.
Oh yeah, 100%. If you don't get it disclosed in time, you don't get the paperwork out. Yeah, it's sorry.
It is. It's different. So I was a project manager before that. So I was building houses, and I can remember prior to 06, before I made the move over, I can remember building 5-6 houses at a time for the same investment group, and they bought them all exactly the same. So we built 5 of the same floor plan, different elevation, right next to each other. Boom, 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 boom. Investor wouldn't even show up. They would show up for the final walkthrough, and we'd walk all 5 of them when they were done. Great. They didn't care. They thought, we're going to put a for sale sign in the yard as soon as they're done. And back then, that's how the market was going up so fast that from the 6-month build cycle, from the time they bought it from us until we had it done and they were going to closing, the market had gone up 30, 40,000. So they would literally pop a for sale sign right in the yard.
Oh yeah, I remember back then we had an office. The company I worked for had an office in Vegas, and we had one in Phoenix. Vegas, there was legitimately people that would buy that house, sometimes sight unseen, set it on in a month or two, and turn around and sell it for $30,000 more than what they just paid for it 2 months ago. And you can't continue at that pace. I mean, it's just impossible, right? It's abnormal and it shouldn't happen.
Yeah, I try to tell these guys about that, how different it was.
Oh, it was nuts.
To where we are now.
What year did we fully come off the gold standard? We did hyperinflation.
70.
That was Nixon.
Was that
One,
Nixon?
something like that. Yeah, and you should look at those graphs too. They're just crazy.
Straight to the moon.
Although I saw today gold went over 5,000 an ounce.
Did it really?
Yeah, now we're super granular and nerdy for the podcast. Everyone turned this off.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, right there. Yeah, sorry. That was,
I was just
curious.
that Frump guy's super interesting. Go get yourself a lender, ladies.
Yeah.
All right, what else do I got down here? It's not so lender. So it is a good time to buy then. Rates are down year over year. Long story short, that's what you should take away is call your realtor, call Jaden.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, at the end of the day, it's always, think about it from this perspective, and it goes back to appreciation. It's always a good time to buy, even when rates are elevated, right? Because if you wait a year from now, on average, and I'm just guessing, you guys probably know better than me, on average, that house probably going to be, 5% more next year? Mm-hmm. So that $200,000 house today, a year from now, is what? $210.
Yeah, we have a housing shortage.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and that's going to continue it's going to take a long time for new construction to catch up.
Man, that again, where I was at the time, they knew that. the guys that I was with at that time, it was such a fortunate place to be as the world was burning down and crashing, and I was in a new building, which was not the place you wanted to be, but I was with those guys, and they knew, like, hey, we're underbuilt massively, and this is going to continue. And man, their stock nowadays trades, I mean, it's insane for a national home builder. And you go, wow, those guys, they were so aware of what was happening. And, you know, the big national guys have underbuilt for years because they control the market. It sets prices.
Yep.
You know, they're not silly. They're not going to flood a bunch of supply into the market. So we are so underbuilt.
Well, if you look back, and I used to have this article somewhere, and I probably still do on my computer, but every decade from the 50s up through the first decade of the 2000s, right? And this number is not specifically 100% right, but it was like in America, 20 million homes, or let's just say, are built every year. Well, after 2008, everything went down, right?
Oh, it stopped.
A lot of contractors got out of the business because there was no new home construction going on. So those guys, they just died off on them. So they all went and got new lines of work, figured out another job plan, you know, went down that road. Well, that's past decade, the 2010 to 2019, the number of houses built in the United States was like less than half. It was drastically less than what it had been for the last 60 years, every decade for the last 60 years. It's catching up. Look at the younger generation coming into, you know, today's market. There's just a lot of people that are, you know, coming of age to buy homes.
I think a lot of builders miss that mark, though, because a lot of the ones you see now are either small and they're just doing custom homes.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the big box stores, who's really just turning something my generation can afford?
Well, you know,
Nobody.
Big builders, when you're, you know, they answer to shareholders, big publicly traded builders. So they look at it a little differently, especially after 08. Most builders took a beating.
Yep.
I happened to work at literally the only big national that made a profit during that time.
That was rare.
And it was incredibly rare. So builders, they mitigate risk. Okay, so what they do is, at that point, there were builders who were building spec homes. You know, they were speculative homes. So they would build 10 houses hoping for a buyer to come to it. Well, when the market took a downturn, they got stuck holding those 10 houses, so they're not doing that. No. So at that point, it all changed. So we started pre-selling the home. So you essentially remove a buyer from the marketplace without adding any inventory back to it. So that's, you know, you do that for, you know, since 2010, 2011, as the market hit bottom. Around here, it was probably more like 2012, a little bit muted. But, you know, Midwest, you don't experience the high highs nor the low lows of the coast. So it probably was 2012. So from that point, it's climbed back since then. And you know, other than D.R. Horton, there are very few of the big nationals that are just building tons of spec homes. They all mitigate the risk more so. And they recognize, like, wait a minute, we can control the flow of supply into the marketplace. Sets prices, and here we are.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
So I do have one question for you, and this is kind of directed towards my generation because all we hear is we can't afford homes, we can't afford homes, we can't afford homes. My wife and I were very fortunate. We both had good jobs. We both had a good wage coming in, so we were able to get ahead of that. But if you're somebody 18 to 23, what do they need to do to get prepared to be able to buy that? Not just counting down payment, the full kit caboodle.
Good question. So it's specifically the first place I would start, obviously, is credit. And that's probably the number one issue I see with most people because, and I have these conversations a lot with clients, a lot of people, you're in trouble before you know you're in trouble, right? Because when you're a kid, that's one of the biggest downfalls of American education. They don't teach people how to budget. They don't teach people how to use a
We were talking about
financial
that the other day.
literacy.
It's
financial
awful,
literacy. Yes,
awful what we do in the U.S.
Yeah, and when you don't teach someone those steps and the appropriate way, hey, this is what you should do to handle credit. You know, we deal with it daily, so we probably taught our kids. I know that's what I deal with my kids. My kids have heard me banging on them for 15 years. Yeah. Do this, right?
My kids had great credit from the moment they turned 18. Yeah. I added them as authorized users, but only because I work in the industry.
You knew.
I knew. Like, we're going to set you up.
You hear that ad somebody has an authorized user on TikTok all the time.
Yeah.
If you're not responsible, don't put your kids in that situation. Like,
oh yeah, it could conversely go back.
You could make it worse. Yeah. Yes,
like,
could go back.
Yes.
So I think the biggest thing with my generation is I think when you look at my generation, it's kind of predatory. I don't think the banks want my generation knowing how to build credit because they come out, get 3 or 4 credit cards, completely max them out. It's like 90% of the stuff your 18-year-olds can do it. but only certain things till you're 21. Like we label kids as adults, and as soon as they turn 18,
I think you're the furthest thing from a mature adult age.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, you know, I actually, to be honest, I know plenty of 18s that they're very focused. You know, they've already started a family. Right.
But again, they grew around it. They grew up around it.
That's very true. I don't know. Like I say, I think credit is the biggest prohibitor for most people, only because they've not been taught what to do. You mentioned taking out 3 or 4 credit cards. I literally had somebody within the last month, young girl. She's like, my bank told me to open up 4 credit cards for $300 and max them out. And I'm like, that's the worst advice. Yeah.
Don't listen to the bank.
Yeah. I'm like, absolutely.
When it comes to credit.
Are you sure your bank told you that?
She had made all the payments on time, but her score was suppressed much lower than it should have been.
Was probably through the roof.
100%. You know, she's at 100% on all those, using all those credit cards.
And I get, we all here understand, like, there's multiple things that go into your credit profile, but what do you see hurts more, the score or the DTI? Because you can still have a decent score and just a really high DTI.
Debt to income.
Debt to income.
So debt to income is an issue because
Super nerd talk today.
Yes,
we're getting a full lender realtor experience here today.
These are
well, the only reason I say that is I've got multiple clients right now that are submitting offers. They've got 3 or 4 car loans and they've got personal loans, and we're pushing it. Like they're comfortable, their income's fine, but we're pushing it. Like.
To be quite honest with you, obviously prices are elevated, so a lot of people are pushing it. They're at the max. They're at the top end, and you legitimately. Sometimes it's hard because let's say somebody's top end is 250 or 200, whatever. It doesn't really matter. If we're at the max at that price point, we're assuming up front, hey, this is what your homeowner's insurance is going to cost. This is what your property taxes are going to cost. Mm-hmm. Those things vary depending on the home.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you may have an insurance policy. Most people are going to get it for, say, between 100 and 150 a month, right? You're buying a house that's got a 20-year-old roof. Your insurance is probably $2,500 or $3,000.
A lot of variables that
100%.
They don't even realize.
And you can't predict that, right? Mm-hmm. You know, there's no way for us to predict because I can't choose what home somebody falls in love with.
Yep.
You know, and so it's hard. Debt to income is an issue, make no mistake. And part of that is because most younger buyers your age, they're in the early stages of their earning years, right? So their income's only going to increase. So
again, compensating factor.
Sure. Yeah. If you have a little money in the bank or
context around your situation makes all the difference.
Absolutely, 100%.
I got an email today. She was like, what's the minimum credit score? It's hard to say, because I've gotten 560s done before, and then I've had 660s I can't get approved, just depending on somebody's specific situation. Maybe they've got limited credit, or their credit profile is only 6 months old. Mm-hmm. Without money down, many times, if you're trying to do down payment assistance or 100% financing, something like that, many times it's not going to give us that approval because you have a limited credit profile. Mm-hmm. Which, right or wrong, I'm not a huge fan of credit scoring personally. To date myself a little bit, I actually was in this business before credit scoring existed. Yeah. If you can believe that.
I don't think a lot of Americans.
I was a little younger than Jaden when that happened, but
Americans don't really realize other countries don't use a credit score. That's an American thing.
Yeah. Used to you would probably grade. You would get out. You would look at somebody's credit, and I would take out a piece of paper and grade them. Mm-hmm. Okay, how many 30-day delinquencies in the last 12 months?
You were fair, Isaac.
No, it's funny though.
That's super nerdy right there.
Yeah. So Angela behind the camera is in a former life.
Former lender, she's giggling at that nerdy stuff. Right
she's
there.
Like, "What is wrong with you guys?" Yeah. The credit scoring it does make our job easier because everything's automated, right?
Yeah.
And it makes it much quicker making a decision. But there are literally times I look at somebody, I'm like, man, your credit score should be higher versus this person over here who's maybe got some delinquencies or whatever, but their credit utilization, that balance to limit ratio is significantly lower.
We just did one. I won't give any particulars, but this is us working 6 months. This is my 4th ever lead I had in real estate. No pre-approval, all the way to $270,000, just because their situation, their income's fine. They can comfortably make the payment. Their taxes were a little array. Their DTI was pushed. It took us 6 months to work on that.
Yeah, do some credit repair.
You were talking to that offline. We're getting into tax season. People are getting $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $12,000 back on their taxes, especially with the tax abatements or the tax credits for the overtime.
Right.
People are going to get a large chunk back come I can buy a house.
Tax return season always kicks off, spring market.
Absolutely. I mean,
100%.
but they come get a pre-approval. Oh, you've got a 540 credit score. Your DTI is maxed out. You might have 30 grand in the bank, but
You know what, though? As long as those people will take coaching, to be honest with you, normally we can fix that.
Yeah.
Now, it's not an overnight process, right? I mean, there's the one you were referring to, if I remember correctly, it took several months to fix that credit.
oh, there was layers and layers.
Yeah,
and layers.
and we did it. It's a process, and it's not fun for the client usually.
It's grueling.
Yeah, but it's a necessary step. I mean, if that's truly your goal, you want to purchase a home, you better start now. Don't wait, because if you want to purchase in June, now's the perfect time to start. Because if assuming you think there's something we have to fix, now if you're perfect, you got a bunch of money, you got great credit, you got great income, okay, you can wait till the month before. You're probably going to be fine. But if you're even questioning, hey, what's my credit like? What do I need? Because most people don't know. I mean, we know because we deal with it, right? And most people just don't know what it takes to buy a house. And they've talked to a guy at work, and
the water cooler.
Yeah, and that's not. Sometimes you get bad information there, so be careful. So
Jaden's wondering what a water cooler is.
Oh my God! You got I'm not, just because I'm young doesn't mean I don't understand you guys' references.
Yeah.
That brings up another question. Here's something we run into all the time. I hear people who go, they're apprehensive about reaching out to the lender because they go, but they're going to do a hard pull.
Yeah.
they're gonna
that
do a
was
hard
my
pull.
next question.
Yeah. But however, I'm hearing more and more that you guys have the ability to do soft pulls and at least get a quick look.
And we can do a soft pull. So let me start there. So there are certain scenarios where we should absolutely do that, so I can coach you up a little bit. Because if it's a situation where you have to fix something with your credit, or you just trying to get an idea for 4 months, hey, or 6 months, whatever. Yep, let's do a soft pull. You're not prepared to purchase now. Now, that being said, if you think we're close, or you're wanting to purchase in the next 2 or 3 months, we should do that hard pull. And here's why. Because you have no idea what your credit score is. I realize there's Credit Karma out there, the experience of the world.
It gives you a ballpark, but it's not dead.
They're great tools.
Yeah.
The problem is you're going to pull a different score on that model than what you would for a mortgage credit report, right? So mortgage credit reports are weighted differently. And what I'm about to say is stupid. I'll be the first to admit it. Mortgage credit reports really likes for you to have a credit card or two, but it likes that balance to limit ratio to be low.
Yeah.
For example, and most
They
of
like
us,
for you to have it and almost not use it.
pretty much, yeah. And it's dumb, but that's the process. You gotta do whatever you can to maximize your credit score, right? So if you have that credit card that has a $300 limit, put $15 a month on it. This is what I do with my two oldest. Matter of fact, my daughter just turned 18. She just opened up her own credit card. Yeah. How she got her own, I'm not sure. Without, I guess, because she's got money in the bank and she has steady employment, but whatever. So I'm like, how does a senior in high school get a credit card for $2,000? That just didn't.
That's terrifying.
It is terrifying. Now I asked her.
I had to deposit $500. Use my own funds as credit.
Most people have to do a secured credit card, so you get $300 or $500. So you give them $300. They're going to give you a credit card for $300
for 2 or 3 months.
Actually,
I figured Jaden had an OnlyFans account.
Please tell me about selling feet pics, Bob.
Dude, if it would pay, I would. Feet? That's it?
Guys with a fetish that are looking for someone who can't grow a beard.
Oh, wow, dude.
I can't grow it. Listen, I don't even care.
He's a baby
It's
faced
one of those
assassin.
things I can't do it.
Hey, at least you got hair up here. I don't have that.
Yeah,
so.
I can't.
It's okay. You don't have to explain to me.
Yeah, it's
I was my mid-20s before I could start growing.
dude, I wish I could. Yeah. And then it makes it better when Mark points it out. Like,
Yeah. He just puts it out there on the interweb.
Well, I mean,
this will be the first year where Jaden works outside.
yeah,
He's been working in a factory, right?
So
He's
coming
gonna
straight
get
out of
some
high school, I
melanin.
went straight into road construction, building bridges. Super tan then, completely fine. Went to corporate America, factory job, that type of thing.
Became a vampire.
Oh yeah, I was inside 24/7. So I was.
Yep.
Look how pale I am. They're gonna make the joke anyway, so just look. I'm very, very pale.
He's anemic.
Hey, that's okay.
Something.
You know,
I've tested my blood to see now. They're just like, you need sun.
Some sunshine.
you can go to the tanning bed. I know a lot of people that do that in the winter.
Chris.
Spray tan.
This moment.
Chris.
Yeah.
Only when there's a vacation in sight.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
You are going on a cruise, right?
Yeah.
You have a cruise coming up. So, yeah, a lot of the agents are going on a Plumtree cruise.
Are you going?
I'm not. One, I don't like cruises. Two, I get extremely motion sick. And three, my wife's dogs.
And I can tell you right now.
Somebody's got to stay back.
Someone's
Hold
got to
down
stay
that
back.
fort.
Yeah.
I can tell you
Most
right
of the
now,
team's
Mark,
going, though.
That's fair.
Mark's gonna be busy for that week, even if it's just our normal.
Oh, yeah,
clients.
you are.
Like, he's gonna
Should be
hate his
cool.
life after that week.
Yeah, it should be cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you're gonna be.
No, you're not. You go to bed at 6:30.
Hey, so I'm going to funnel all the buyers and everybody in. I'm going to tell them that right up front in the conversation. Hi, I'm going to be done at 6:30, so let's talk fast.
No comment.
So I'll say this and then we'll get it wrapped up. I'm that one guy who loves that it gets dark early out. I'm like, this is awesome.
He loves
Wrap it
daylight
up.
savings time. That pisses me off.
Get on my Netflix.
I need sunshine, man.
Yeah.
I need sunshine.
I mean, I get up early. I'm an early riser, super early. So I'm making coffee. I'm having coffee by like 4:30. My best buddies are still in the military, or from the military, so they're up early too. We're texting at like 4:30 in the morning.
Good.
Like every single morning it goes off like this. So I actually enjoy being up that early because no one else is up.
Yeah.
I am.
I can almost squeeze a day and a half. You just haven't been to bed yet. He's gaming away, man. Gaming away.
wondering.
I know it's usually editing
It's Call of
footage.
Duty.
Yeah, I mean, recent.
But sometimes I'll sneak. Like it almost feels like I get a day and a half out. If I can knock out a project before most people are out of bed,
That's
and
true.
then start the regular day, it's like woo.
Yeah,
I feel like
I
a
can see
champion
that.
on those days. That doesn't happen all the
All
time.
right, Merv.
Especially when it's 0 degrees outside.
yeah.
I'm
Mark,
staying in.
what generation are you?
X, the best generation.
And he's
Gen
basically
X.
you're basically a boomer at this point. Like
What? Come on now. That's just not even cool.
so.
I'm reader generation.
Before Mark takes us out, we do a segment with all of our guests called This or That. And
Okay.
then I'm just going to give you some fast, rapid fire questions. Give me a one-word answer.
All
All right.
fair
So,
enough.
country living or city living?
Country.
Gotcha. New construction or older home with character?
That's tough. Country, probably older home.
Big yard or low maintenance?
Big.
You
Gotta
like,
have a
you
lot
like
of
out there
grass.
working? Yeah.
Gotta have a lot of grass.
How's that going to be with your back?
But we cut. Well, my wife will ride the mower. I don't have to do that.
Oh, yeah,
Remember
I
I was
know.
talking about her taking.
Oh,
the
yeah,
grass?
yeah,
Oh, does
yeah.
your wife do
Yeah.
the mowing? My wife does the mowing.
Yeah, my wife gets mad if I mow. But
Same.
That being said, she starts working at 6, so she's off by 2. Half the time, I'm lucky to be home by 6 or 7. you
I
know,
am
just
so
with the
anal
way her
about my
work
yard.
is.
I will let her mow after I've mowed burned in stripes.
After they got the money cross cut
yeah.
on it.
Yeah, after that's in, she can mow.
Okay,
Yeah.
hey, fair enough.
Open floor plans or defined rooms?
Open.
Garage gym. What? Skip it.
Lost him at gym.
Yeah. Food or coffee or
Look at that dude. He ain't a
coffee or
Navy
energy
SEAL.
drinks.
Hey, bud, I like 16-ounce curls and I like big steaks.
Coffee or energy drinks.
Coffee all day.
God, you guys are so old.
Do you drink coffee all day?
No, but I energy drinks to me, I don't know. Whatever's in those things, I just can't see how people drink
Yeah.
them.
I don't
drink
drink
one
that
one
many of them,
time.
like-
I think they're nasty.
Jaden is a 6-a-dayer on energy drink.
Dude, that's not
He
good.
gets
No,
yelled at
not
when he
every
comes-
day, but
Dude, do you drink those energy?
He
that
gets
many?
yelled at by me when he comes
oh,
home.
my wife yells.
Yeah, that's
I
not
don't.
good.
I don't drink that many all the time. It's like once a week.
You might as well just drink liquor and call it a day.
Yeah,
It's probably better for your liver, actually.
Chris and I were just having a discussion. I walk downstairs. It's 5:10, and he's making another pot of coffee. He says, "Just got to stay hydrated." I'm like, "It's like your second pot today."
I drink a lot of water, though, so I don't drink much coffee.
Dine in or cook at home. Dine
Dine
out
out?
or cook in or cook at
Oh,
home.
dude, take me out to dinner all day long.
Take me to dinner.
My wife doesn't like to cook either, so she's cracking me upset that I said that, but she'd agree.
Sweet or salty snacks.
Sweet.
Just dawned on you that other people are going to see this, right? You're like, oh, my wife's going to see this.
I'll tell her there's nothing to pay attention
The
to.
entire drive home, you're going to be thinking, what did I say? What did I say? Did I say anything?
It'll be okay.
Is she going to be pissed?
We've been married a long time. She gets mad before.
All right, I got 3 more for you, and we'll get you out of here.
Yep.
Early bird or night owl?
More of a night owl.
Yeah, me too.
I can't at 4:30 unless I'm going hunting or something, and even then, it's hard to drag my butt out of bed.
In real
that early.
estate, I mean, it doesn't kick off until like 10 a.m. most of the time.
Right.
I'm serious when I say this, though. Like, maybe it's probably just my age, but as long as I get 3 to 4 hours of sleep, I'm fine.
Okay, I need a little more than that nowadays, but I do remember those days.
Yeah.
100%.
Are you a texter or you like picking up the phone?
Personally, I'd rather have a phone conversation because one, you just get so much more across in a verbal
You
conversation.
get doing something and you're texting, you're like, oh crap, I forgot to say that.
Well,
Like,
and Lord knows you don't want to use talk to text, especially when
No.
you talk like I do.
You should
I
see our-
mumble half the time.
you should see our team group chat. I spell everything wrong. It's Siri.
You can clearly tell he didn't get phonics.
Oh my God.
They'd shut that out long before he got into the school.
I'm actually so proud of him, though. He's referent. We'll talk about it later. All right, hunting or fishing?
Oh, man, I love both. Just because I have a bass boat, I'm going to go fishing.
Bengals or Buckeyes?
Buckeyes all day.
Go Bucks.
I love the Bengals,
All right,
but
yeah.
I'm tired after 40 years.
It's just, you got to be a glutton to be a Bengal fan.
I actually just got the ticket text today from my ticket rep about do you want to extend? I was like, no, I'm out.
Did they raise it?
Oh yeah, they raised a couple $100, but I was just like, look, I can't continue to contribute to this. I've literally suffered for
Go buy a
40
tackle.
years.
You don't want an
Right.
8-8 record?
I'm not going to criticize any coaching at the moment, but I just feel like sometimes we win games in spite of coaching, and that's because of Joe Burrow and
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
the talent.
Think about
So-
that. And the Indiana Hoosiers won a national championship before the Bengals won a Super Bowl.
Oh,
They're the
I can't
most
believe you
losing
just
team
said
in college football.
That's perspective right there. The
Yes,
Indiana
I never even
Hoosiers
thought
just
of
won a
that.
national championship.
I go Big Ten. That's fine with me. As long as it was the Big Ten, yeah, I was happy.
Sure, but
it's been
that's
a
the
Big Ten
worst-
3 in a row.
Worst college football program in the FBS just won a national title.
Did you watch that title game though?
Yeah.
Miami's nasty, but Indiana's just flat.
Kurt
were
Signetti,
brutal.
listen,
Yeah, they were legit.
you got
Yes.
money back there. NIL changed everything. But what Kirk Signetti just did, if he can maintain a halfway winning record, he's a Hall of Fame coach.
Oh,
That's the biggest story in college football probably ever.
It's
probably.
insane.
Yeah, probably so. And
We're not talking about that enough in the media and stuff.
What were they?
That's why.
What were they? They were a 2-win team 2-3 years ago.
But
Yeah,
they're
probably.
notoriously awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, awful.
yeah. I mean, you would go to Indiana. Ohio State, go out there in the stadium and be mostly Buckeyes fans because you knew it was an easy road win, right?
Yeah, go Hoosiers! Like that. That's awesome. Like, if we didn't win, I'm glad to see that happen.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't Michigan, so that was at least nice. So, yes, I would much rather have seen
I
Indiana
can't believe you
win than.
said that on the podcast.
Hey, there might be some Michigan fans out there, but
Well, let's end it on that, guys. We don't want to get too many of them optimistic.
That was a long one.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us on the Constant Pivot podcast. We look forward to getting back to you again this week.
Constant pivot every Wednesday.
Constant Pivot.
thanks, gentlemen.
Thanks for coming in.